What are we talking about today? Something that caught my right eye. All right, what caught my eye? Looking online for things that you can buy in Ghana and different services that are offered online. Now, did you know that you can buy clothes, you can buy food, you can even buy furniture online in Ghana, and you can check for traffic updates?
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
Where?
Are you sure?
Where are we? Are we in Ghana?
We're in Ghana. There's a lot going on. The internet is booming. You know, people are going into online trading, going into online services. For one thing, it cuts your overhead if you don't have, you know, physical.
I actually have a friend who shops for people, but she doesn't do it online.
Okay.
So now there's online shopping.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there are some risks involved, and a lot of people think, well, why would I purchase something online? Can I trust the vendor? You know, what
and even if it's a dress, would it fit?
That's a good question.
If it doesn't fit, how do I put it back on the internet?
Exactly.
And it goes back?
Exactly. So what's interesting is, you know, there are some websites that maybe not in Ghana per se, but you know, you can buy a soul online. People are selling souls, people are selling body parts, people are selling some awful things online as well.
Really?
Yes, but we're not going to talk about those today.
That's nasty.
Today we're going to talk about things you can actually use. And we have two guests in the studio who are going to give us some more insight into their online services. Let's start with food, shall we? We welcome Emmanuel from ediban.com to the studio. And later on, we'll be looking at traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
With Guillaume of Jamless Accra. Welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for being here this morning. All right, so starting with you, Emmanuel. Food, of course, we all have to eat.
Sure.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But we're going to take a look at what happens at ediban.com, and then you can tell us a bit more about how you established this.
Okay.
All right, so let's take a look at Ediban.
My name is Emmanuel Awoonor. I'm the CEO of Code Solutions. Yeah, and we've been in this business since October 2008. I've always wanted to be doing this type of business because I have the passion for computers, and due to this fact, I offered computer science and mathematics at the University of Ghana. To be in this business, it means a lot to me. Take manufacturing, for example. You need raw materials, process them before you come out with this nice product or this beautiful product that people patronize in. But unlike computers, all you need is a computer and ideas. And then with a good programming language, you can create virtually anything out of nothing. At Code Solutions, we are passionate about creating mobile and web applications. In this light, we came up with a bright idea to develop an online food ordering system where users go online and then you choose your location, and restaurants that deliver to your area will just list up. You choose the menu, you choose what you want to eat today, and then you place your order. It's that simple. But when it comes to delivery, our clients have made it a point to try to deliver on time. So as for that, you know, there's traffic and all that, but they are not driving. They are using motorbikes, and these are quicker ways to get around. So I won't say it involves a lot of energy. Rather, it makes it more convenient, whereby you have a preview of the complete menu and even pricing. And if a promotion is going on, let's say they are giving half price for a particular day, you just get access to it easily. Online, it's convenient. It's not entirely safe. I won't say it's entirely safe. You can't really trust who you are giving your credit card number to and stuff like that. But there are certain precautions you can take to be secured. I would say that is the future. That's the future. We're actually moving away from the old way of doing things and putting a lot of things online. Now you have people sharing their whole life online, Facebook with their pictures, people tweeting, telling others what they think, their take on issues. So we're actually moving away from the old system. I wonder how many people still write letters and send to their friends in other countries. It's all emails now. Online business it's a good thing. Now we have unemployment and all that. Businesses such as ours gives employment to people. I must say I love food, you know, and you can never go wrong if you're in the food business. Just take the restaurants. I mean, people would always go hungry. People would always need nourishment. So we are looking at ways to make people's life easy for them. There are certain offices set up in certain locations where it's not convenient to get food around if your company doesn't provide lunch, for instance. So this is a convenient way for you to just click on your browser, log into ediban.com, and then find the nearest restaurant that delivers to you and order your lunch, you know. So we are trying to feed the hungry and those who want to eat something exciting from anywhere or from their favorite restaurant.
Okay, Patrice, so that's a service for you. I know you would patronize this.
Yes, I will.
Highly, because
I will.
You're a foodie.
No, because I buy food for people. I like to feed people.
Really?
So I need to get online, and then I'll do that. I mean, I feed a lot of hungry people.
Okay.
One is just right by me.
That's good.
Yeah,
so, but now you don't have to walk far to
go, and
you can just
yeah.
do it from your
we can do it right
phone,
here.
Right here.
Even on our tabs.
Yeah, exactly.
How easy, how convenient is it? Because some people would ask questions. If, for example, I should walk up to where the food vendor is, I would be able to know that, oh, today they have, I like the way the gari is, or I like the way the spaghetti is. Exactly. Or no, I prefer this stew to that one because the color is kind of, I don't see it, so how do I just order?
Okay, so it's not like you don't see it. It's online, you have the menus online, so you can actually see the description of the food.
But you can't see the food itself?
You can see pictures of it.
Pictures of it,
exactly.
Okay.
So it still compares to you going to the place, but the convenience aspect of it is that you don't really have to travel. Okay. Take it that your favorite restaurant is somewhere in Circle and you live in Adenta. Imagine traveling all the way to Circle to
so
get
you would get me the food from Circle?
Exactly.
To Adenta?
Deliver to your
They
location.
would deliver all the way from Circle to Adenta.
Exactly.
I'd like to know how difficult it would be for you, for example, because we have the local dishes and the continental ones.
Exactly.
So the continental ones, I don't have a problem, because if you know that when you go to Dynasty or you go to Chinese or everything, it's just the same way it is. But I mean, with banku, fufu, and all those things, how would you be able to? Yeah.
Patrice, I'm sure there are days you close from work and then you go buy banku and go home.
Yeah.
It's packaged nicely for you.
Yeah.
Right? It's put in containers where the soup is secured, it won't spill over and stuff like that. So it's the same process. Okay. The difference is that this time around you're not holding your bag or the package. It's brought to you.
Okay. So in setting this up, you know, you set yourself, were you working full-time at the time that you started, or?
Yes, I was.
Okay, and then you just one day woke up and said?
One day I was thinking, come on, what can I do? Seriously, I mean,
Apart from working for somebody else.
What can I do for myself? And what can I do to improve the lot of society?
Okay.
What can I do to make people's life easy? So I said, okay, I spoke to my colleagues who I work with and said, come on, let's see, we can do a food ordering system which would allow restaurants to list online and then customers or food lovers or hungry people to just go online, browse through these restaurants, go through their menu, and then order what they want. Okay. So we discussed that there were a lot of challenges, there were unsolved questions.
Give us an example of some
example is, how are people going to pay for this?
That's a big question.
You get it? Yeah. How are people going to pay for this service? And then another question is, are you sure restaurant owners would want to move from the old way of doing things and all of a sudden just be interested in online way of doing business? Because majority of these business owners are not, excuse me to say, computer literate. Okay. Or some of them are, but don't believe they can actually run their part of their business online. You get it? And then another challenge is not all the restaurants do delivery service. You get the whole idea. So those were some of the pain points. But so we initially wanted to start with, let's say, corporate bodies.
Okay.
So we take VASAT 1, and then we probably give you access to this portal where you would be able to order food, and the vendors know your exact location.
Right.
Okay.
Another problem was also location.
Right.
How do you deliver this food to someone's address? He lives behind some blue kiosk somewhere.
Yeah.
And then these were most of the things that came up. So we try to limit the scope a bit so we can deal with, let's say, people in corporate institutions who would definitely need lunch.
What has been the success story so far? How successful has this thing been?
I think being here and talking to you, it's even one of the success stories.
Right, okay. I mean, that's beautiful.
Definitely caught our
That's
eye.
beautiful.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, great.
Profitability.
Currently, we are not looking at the gains.
Okay.
We are looking to sign more restaurants on, get more people to believe in the system, that it really works before we start talking the numbers.
All right. About how many restaurants do you have on the site?
Currently, we have 5 restaurants.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk to Guillaume for a second. Traffic.
Nabil.
It is the bane of our existence, especially in Accra. We know that you can spend half of your life in traffic. I mean, that's a lot of your day. How did you come up with the idea to provide this service where you can literally send a tweet or go to a website and you can tell us what traffic is looking like in Accra?
Well, I think I was sharing, like most people in Accra, the same pain every morning. I had to go to the office. I live in Kotobabi and always facing this huge traffic on Kanda or Liberation. And I thought it wouldn't be that complicated to have a way to have information before I leave home, get to know what the traffic is like on this road. If it's really bad, then maybe I wait a little bit before I go, or maybe there's an alternative road that I could take. No one was doing it, and I was like, that's it. Like, someone has to take something, I'm going to step in. And the key problem was like, how am I going to get that information, know what the traffic is like on those roads?
Without having like helicopters and all kinds of...
Exactly. And I was thinking, look at all these people working on the road. You have hawkers, maybe a little shop tenants that are selling scratch cards. They are on the road the whole day, and they know what the traffic is like. So all I need is a way for them to let me know if there's a jam.
So you have hawkers, street sellers, people, and you stay in touch with them periodically, and they tell you, oh, this is jammed or Liberation.
So right now we have around like 50 hawkers working with us around the city, and that's exactly what they're doing. Something like every 30 minutes we get in touch with them, and they just tell us like, the traffic is good on Liberation, or don't go there, it's a huge jam. And then we broadcast the information to our users.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
It is, and it's such a simple idea. Okay, so then how did that translate into the website? You have a background in IT and...
Yeah, exactly. So from our IT, we do 2 things. The first thing is that we have this website with a map. I don't know if your viewers can see it.
Okay. I think they can focus on the map. Yeah, let's see if we can just get a map and
so this is on your website.
Okay. All right, so that's our website, and there are colors actually that shows on different roads. If it's green, it means that the traffic is good. If it's orange, then it's starting to slow down. If it's red, it's really bad. So right there, this morning, I can tell you that on Obasanjo Way, the traffic is not so bad. Usually at this hour, it's jammed. But right now, it's still slow until Kawukudi, and then it freezes until 37. I'm hoping that people will get used to it. I think they should try it out.
Right.
They'll see that making this a habit, just check out the map, what the traffic is like before going to work.
Even now with the smartphones, you can just be checking
from your smartphone. You can go on the website and see the map.
You can go on the website.
So what's the website?
Yeah, it's Jamless,
Jamless.com.
And Twitter is actually how I saw you guys, because I think you sent me a tweet saying just try it out. And you have people, even on Twitter, sending messages to you saying, oh, I'm in this area and the traffic is looking this way. So people are really latching onto this.
Yeah, exactly. So we have the street sellers to help us with the information, but there's so much you can do in that way. We can't cover the whole Accra. Now, the second way we have to get traffic information is that our users are also the people that inform us. So the people on Twitter, when they take their car and they see a jam and so on, they tell the community. So basically, the more people we have with us, the more useful the service become.
Right.
And so we have right now 230 people sharing that information, and it's growing by the day. So I think, in a little while, we'll be pretty much covering the whole Accra with all these people helping us.
You see,
Jamless.com.
there are things to do.
Yeah.
There's a way to be creative with the internet.
So JAMLESS.com.
Yes.
All right, okay. So for all those of you who want to find out what the traffic situation is somewhere before you step out to town, well, this is something that I believe is absolutely fantastic for you. So jamless.com, and then you know where there is traffic and where there's less traffic. It gives you the alternative routes to take to go to town. I think it's pretty good.
It's very helpful,
Yeah.
even when
I
you
mean,
are
that's
in town.
fantastic. That's
Definitely.
fantastic.
All right,
yeah.
so after the break, we'll be talking more with Emmanuel and Guillaume, and we'll take a look at some fashion too. Shopping online services. We'll be back after this.
Luciana, you better be careful, my dear, because I see tears.
All right, we're back and we're talking about online services in Ghana, and we just have a few for you to learn more about this morning. We've been talking to Emmanuel of ediban.com for your food cravings, and we talked to Guillaume about Jamless Accra, which can help you navigate the traffic-free roads in Ghana when you're looking to go out and about. And now we have a lady in the studio who's going to talk to us about clothing and purchasing clothing online. I want to welcome Nana Dakwan to the studio.
Thank you so much.
I love the color of your top. Now, this has to be from Maxi.
Of course it is. Both my top and my skirt are from Maxi.
Are from Maxi. Okay,
yes.
So tell us a bit about Maxi. We're going to be watching some information about you, but briefly, Maxi is your clothing company.
Maxi is my clothing company, started by myself and my sister, Abnase Chiema.
Okay.
She's the designer. I'm our head of business development. And we've been in existence for over 3 years.
Okay, great.
So I think right before African-inspired fashion, in terms of being pret-a-porter, became really popular on the market, we launched. It's been going on really well so far.
Okay.
We find that a lot of people want to be able to wear African clothing to work, to their office, on a daily basis, rather than for special occasions like we used to.
Okay.
But what people want is something that they can incorporate into their existing work wardrobe.
All right, let's take a look at Maxi clothing.
My name is Nana Dakwan Sechiama, and I'm head of business development for Maxi Clothing. Maxi Clothing was founded in November 2009, so we've been in operation for over 3 years. One of the innovations we've introduced in our brand, as a brand that sells clothing, is we've also introduced online sales. And we do this in a number of ways. We have a website, www.maxiclothing.com, and people can buy items online. This opens us up to a global market. We started the online aspect of our business to complement our other options of selling. We sell in a variety of ways. So we're not just online, but we are also stocked physically at a stockist called Winglow, which is a creative around how we dispatch. People have an option. They can choose to come and pick up the item they've ordered online and paid for from our shop. They can choose to have it delivered to them. They can even choose which delivery methods they want. The online sales is an important aspect of what we do. And again, we've tried to be creative around that as well. Whenever we have events, we also put our pictures up on Facebook. In terms of offline shopping and online shopping, best sales are made from offline shopping. However, the online sales is where people outside Ghana tend to buy the most. How online sales tend to work for people in Ghana is they like to go online to look at what is available. You're absolutely right when you say online sales. Trust is really the key factor. The good thing is our brand is very well known. When people know your brand, they feel more comfortable about buying from you online. The key thing as well with online sales is your measurements and having standard measurements. Most people in this country are familiar with both the UK-based measurements and the US measurements. With us, we use an almost standardized UK set of measurements. I say almost standardized because we know our bodies are not that of the UK body, but that's what it's most approximate to. So for example, we've added an extra inch on the hips for the Ghanaian woman who tends to have quite a bit of hips. So we tell people our clothes are available in UK sizes. We make clothes from UK size 4 all the way through to a UK size 20. Items online are not more expensive than they are offline. We don't charge people extra. The main difference with online sales is if you want the item delivered to you, then you have to pay for the delivery. And I'm sure when you look at our country with all of the traffic and how difficult it can be to get from one place of town to another, you might find it more affordable to pay for a courier, for example, to deliver an item for you. Every business should have a refund policy. We have a refund policy. Our refund policy is that if there's a technical fault with the item, you can get a full refund. I think online trading will be beneficial to Ghanaian society in a number of ways. First of all, we have a huge traffic problem in this country. So you don't need to spend hours in traffic going to shop. From the comfort of your home, you can shop. But this is why I think we need a bit more assistance from the banks and the financial institutions. To help us in terms of dealing with our traffic, also to help us in terms of safety and security. You don't need to walk around carrying money. You can, from the comfort of your home or your office, shop and have your item delivered to you safely. So I think it's a win-win situation for the individual, for the customers, and for the businesses that use online sales.
All right, so that was a look at Maxi Clothing. And as you're watching, please do get in touch with us with your questions or your comments. You can send us a message on Facebook or an email, or give us a call. The information will appear on your screen so that you can join the conversation. Let us know what your thoughts are about online services in Ghana. Now, one thing that was interesting that you mentioned was that, you know, people shouldn't sit in traffic for so long to come and shop. And so you can literally sit in your house, order some food from Iziban, yes, check the traffic situation on Jamless, and order your clothes through Maxi. Seriously, you don't have to leave the house anymore. Kind of scary.
Except it's fun to go out and socialize.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Right, but the trust factor that you talked about, it's a big issue. You know, we mentioned it briefly earlier. That because you have an established brand, people are familiar with you now. But when you're starting out, it can be an issue, can't it? It could hamper your success as an online salesperson.
What it will mean is that online sales will be very slow to begin with. But as people get to know your brand, as you build a reputation for yourself, as customers spread the word, then trust starts to build. And I think that's really important. And sometimes, especially in Ghana, people want to call up even before they order online. So as soon as somebody picks up the phone, they speak to you, all of those little things make a difference. If they get a response when they send an email, as soon as their order goes out, you send an email saying, I've received your order, it will be delivered on this day, or you follow up with a phone call. So I think there's that little bit extra that you need to do to build trust. But
and your refund policy.
Yes.
That's a good way to build trust as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Let me ask Emmanuel very quickly, when it comes to food, it can be a bit dicey as far as, you know, if someone is dissatisfied with their order, what kind of, I guess, compensation or what do you do to rectify that? If someone says, well, I placed an order, but it wasn't what I wanted, or it didn't, you know.
Okay, so I can say currently we haven't really experienced these kind of complaints, probably because the number of orders hasn't really grown. I'm sure when it starts growing and a lot more people are making orders, then this kind of confusion and stuff will start setting in. But then refund and compensation is it's normally between the restaurant and then the user. All right, now talking about buying things online or purchases online, Guillaume, even though you offer a service that is free, do you patronize any of these online services? And what has your experience been when it comes to paying for things online?
Well, actually, that's a major issue It's in Ghana, you don't have a convenient way to pay online.
Yeah, the credit card system.
The first thing that comes to mind would be the bank card. You wish you could use it online as you use it with ATM, but that's not the case yet. And I think on that end, banks and maybe the Bank of Ghana can work towards that, because it's a whole economy sector that could develop and create jobs if there was a convenient way to pay online. I think other actors that have a role to play in that respect are mobile operators, because their mobile money services could also be a way for people to shop online.
Yeah.
What has been some of the difficulties you've encountered with respect to people buying and paying and the discrepancies that occur there?
Well, one of the biggest challenges is exactly what this gentleman touched on. A lot of banks in Ghana do not offer businesses the option to have merchant services. And merchant services are simply the ability to accept Visa or MasterCard. At the moment, there's only one bank that actually offers that service.
What bank is that? I would like to know.
Maybe you should tell us.
I shall tell you in chambers.
No,
but then what I found is, after years of having a corporate account for my business, you know, so having a good track record with my bank, when I went to them and said, oh, I want merchant services, they didn't really know what I wanted. They did not even understand what I wanted. I had to explain and explain, only to find out that they do not offer merchant services. So then I had to shop around other banks, and I've now found a new bank that offers merchant services.
What if I want to go to that bank? I mean, say it. I mean, fine, they're doing it is one of the best qualities. Of course, it doesn't really matter. that is the price you pay for being innovative. I mean,
that's a good point. But let's take this phone call and then we'll continue the discussion. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, I'm Joe. Please, I have 3 questions. One goes to that of the mail. Please, I want to find out, do you have any Nigerian restaurants in your list?
Oh. Do you have a Nigerian restaurant in your list?
No, currently we don't.
Okay.
Currently we don't have.
What it means is that go scout for one.
I know. Oh, he sounds so disappointed. He's looking for some eba.
No, so we're actually starting. We approached, I don't know if I can mention names. We approached
some restaurants.
We approached some restaurants, and I know they offer Nigerian cuisine, dishes, but the response from that place wasn't too good. One, because they didn't have a good delivery system. So yeah, they
Okay, so the hesitation is that they don't have a... Oh, is Joe still there?
Hello?
Hello?
Oh, Joe, okay, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, my last question, please.
Yeah.
Concerning the dress, do you have that of male, please?
Do you have male dresses?
Yes, we have a menswear range as well. Yes.
Okay. So, Joe, yes, you can literally just go on your computer now and check out what Maxi has. Thanks for calling. All right, Joe's gone. But what I was going to ask, you said some of the restaurants don't have a good delivery service, so they can't join your service.
Yes.
Have you considered offering that to them and saying, look, we will provide the delivery riders or drivers so you can tag on to our service?
Exactly. This is another area which I think creates business for
the courier services.
Exactly, the courier services. Okay. When I bought my HCW bits, it was delivered by a courier service. And I think the first time, I didn't get what I ordered. So the second time, I was getting a little bit impatient. And then the owner of the business actually drove to my office with my bid. So we had a conversation. So I'm sure very soon, for those restaurants that don't do delivery, we would have an alternative way to do their deliveries.
That would be fantastic, I think. Back to what Maxi was saying about the banks. Maybe if they realize what they could, how much money they could make off of offering these merchant services, because they charge a little fee.
Yes,
you know, when you use
their 2%
something, but it adds up, doesn't it?
But let me tell you about what I have found helpful. And you know, the good thing is sometimes when you have a situation like this, it actually creates the atmosphere where new businesses can grow, especially businesses by young people, especially young people who have traveled and have seen how things work in other countries. So one of the ways in which we have made our biggest online sales is through an online store called Ugora. So they're a third party to Maxi. And they started stocking Maxi on their website, and they found that we became the fastest selling brand on their website.
Really?
Yes. Wow. And, you know, I said to them, okay, so why don't you create a tab specifically on your website so that when people come, rather than have to go and scroll through fashion and come across so many things, they can just go straight to there, click on Maxi. And they did it. And this is, you know, this is something that only young businesses would be willing to consider because it's run by young people. They're innovative. They're keen to make money. They're exploring. Yeah. And I mean, we make a lot of online sales through them. And I think they've already got relationships with, you know, banks, so they have merchant services, they have couriers, and in a way, it's easier for my business. Right. So yes, I can make online sales through my website, but I find it even easier to outsource.
Outsource to somebody. Okay. There's someone on the line. There's Gina on the line. Let's talk to Gina. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
Oh, I'm cool.
Okay. Great to have you talk to us.
Thank you.
Oh, Jonah, you're listening to yourself on TV. Please turn your TV down.
No, it's down.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm Juna from Yoruba family.
Okay.
Yoruba family.
Okay, that's fine.
I have two issues here.
Okay.
I have two issues here. I want to do how they will take care of food poisoning in case that happens.
Okay. And what's the second issue?
The second one, they have one, this is one program in one of the media houses.
Sorry, come again?
They have one program in one of your media houses. That one is in fee. So I don't know whether they can do it in English so that we, those who don't understand fee, will be able to benefit from that particular program.
Okay. We're talking about okay.
Okay, all right, okay, I get what you're saying.
all right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so food poisoning. Who's liable? The restaurant or you?
The restaurant is liable. But we haven't really done anything different. I think where we have been different, it's how convenient we provide you calling, picking your phone and calling a restaurant to order food. This time around, you don't need to know the full menu of that restaurant because it's right in front of you. You can browse through the 70 or 20 dishes they have.
It might be difficult for somebody to hold you responsible for food poisoning, but then and again, the transition from one place to the other
exactly.
that you need to be very mindful and careful about. Okay. Well, so I think Jamless can also link up. So at least
so they can if there's traffic,
you take the right road.
So you can if I call Emmanuel, my food, it will be there in 2 minutes. Emmanuel, it's 10 minutes. There's a lot of traffic. I just go to Jamless and I check. Jamless tells me there's no traffic on the road. So that means somebody is lighting me here.
Definitely.
Good.
But that's an interesting topic, though, about legal implications for some of these things. You know, if something untoward were to happen, are you protected? Do you have any kind of things, something in place to protect you as well as the business owner?
I think this is where you need to have terms and conditions. Exactly. So that's one of the things my bank said to me when I approached them for merchant services, this new bank that I shall not mention.
I wish you could mention the bank, seriously.
And at the moment,
I want to go there.
I want my producer to tell me if she can mention the bank.
At the moment, we're going through, I actually don't want to mention the bank. Okay. At the moment, we're going through a rigorous process. Which includes having terms and conditions, which includes stating exactly what my measurements are. And this is the other challenge with online sales in Ghana. Yeah, you know, especially for us women. We like to assume
that you add
something
to this.
But then she said it. You see, well, okay, I might veer into a certain position a little bit. But the question is that why is it that clothes that come from Europe fit you guys very well, but then the ones that we do here don't fit?
Great question. It's because of Lycra. A lot of fabrics abroad include a certain percentage of Lycra in their clothes. So it stretches. So a lot of us have been deceived about what our true body sizes are. And
really?
Yes.
So we think we're
we think we are a size smaller than we are. So someone bigger than me can be looking at me saying, Nana, I'm a size 12. And I'm like, I'm a size 14. And you're bigger than I am. How can you be a size 12? But you cannot say that to a customer because she will be very upset. You know? So again, it's about having these measurements on the website so people can actually see what measurements your clothes are.
Because it's pretty difficult for you to just go online and say, I want this particular size and bring it, and then the armpit doesn't fit and then the shoulder fits. I mean, what is wrong with that?
This is my size.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. So let's get it going. Okay, we have some Vox Pops with regards to what people feel as per going online to shop. Is it safe? We'll come back to credit cards and the fraud that people always get themselves involved in. People are scared that if I should put my credit card online, somebody else could steal the information on it and then use it for ulterior motives. Okay, let's look at some vox posts from what we picked up on the streets.
Ordering food online is not the best thing to do. Like, if you want to eat, I prefer buying it, or maybe you go to a place that they cook and how you see the environment looks like before you get it. But when it comes to the clothing and other stuff, I think you can get it from online.
I think it's best to order things online because it gives you a wide variety of choices. You can make an informed choice if you see pictures of them on the internet also, then you can order them. But if you also like to go around, as I am doing now, shopping for my wife, that is also a convenient way of shopping.
Well, I think it's a good idea. It's going to help access things easier and faster. It's also going to reduce stress.
I think it depends on the commodity that you're ordering for. I think if you're ordering for food, you should, I don't think ordering for food online is necessary. You can eat, you can probably buy in the closest store or you cook from home. But I prefer you cook from home over the weekend since it's not really healthy eating outside in a restaurant every time. And when it comes to the commodities like clothing and makeup, you should try to look at the prices and the quality. If you can get that same price in a store, I don't think you should still go through the stress of ordering it online just to get it from outside Ghana. If you can still get the same quality in Ghana here.
All right, some interesting perspectives.
Yeah, I mean, you see, it's not coming up. It's not developing in Ghana. I'm sure. Every other place, when these things started, people were kind of skeptical. They weren't so sure, they didn't know what to do. But I think, by and large, as time goes on, people will get used to it, and they will even find it more convenient.
Right.
When trust issues, getting the perfect size, and getting to know the traffic situation.
That's a good thing. Yes. Traffic is a killer.
All right, okay, we have someone on the line.
Daniel.
Daniel.
Good morning, Daniel.
Yeah, good morning. Good
morning. Hey, Danny boy, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, great, Danny. Talk to us, we're listening.
Yeah. Okay, I'm so happy at the innovation going on.
Wow.
I'm also a software developer. I build web applications and all. And this morning, I'm so glad to see things like etiban.com, Jamless and all.
Yeah.
And I think it's so good. Yes, I went to Etiban some time ago to, look at the stuff. And I was really amazed because about a year or 2 years before, it wasn't so easy to find online services and people, providing an option for you to pay. And I also say a big thank you to the mobile money people. I think they've done a great job and they've created opportunity for ourselves.
All right,
okay, great.
So, yes, I'm so happy, especially with Awoonor innovation.
All right, so what are you going to come up with then, Daniel? What's your innovation going to be?
Oh, I've done something. I had something this morning about the Ugora, yes. I also have something similar like that. It's on shopping.grabghana.com. Yes, where, for us, what we do is we take 20 of your products and list it on our website for free. Exactly. Anything from 20, you can pay just a fee of 1 Ghana cedi to have it on. And the good thing is, once your product is on our shopping site, what we do is we post it on the social media, we post it on Google Trader, and any other way. Just grow businesses. So what we do is that we help businesses grow so that they sell online until they begin to accept the fact that you can really stay at the comfort of your home and buy any products online.
All right, Daniel.
So that's what we're working on. So we also build other different applications. We do.
Okay.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Daniel. Daniel was our fourth guest.
It's
not in the studio, but he's our fourth guest
for
online
having
services.
You guys here in the studio. We wish you all the best in all that you're doing.
Yeah.
But the point is that just try to document it so other people can also read and know, so we can all participate, and then everything is going to work well for us in this nation of ours. We're
Food,
growing.
clothing, traffic. 3 essential parts of our everyday lives. You know, you can do it all online. It's wonderful.
So it's a new company, FCT. So we just joined the FCT company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the most unusual things you've heard of people selling online? Guillaume, I'll start with you.
That's a difficult question. Let me think a bit about it.
Okay, Nana.
Well, I don't think it's unusual, but I'm just not sure like what you can see on daytime TV, so I'm sure you can guess.
Ah, really?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. How about you, Emmanuel?
I heard from you this morning that people are selling body parts.
That's unusual.
That's really unusual.
What kind of
pets? You know, there's some things
body parts is somebody to sell?
There are some strange people. There wasn't. We saw in the news yesterday there was a boy caught with a human skull. So people do all kinds of strange things, but you guys are doing wonderful things with the internet.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you. And I'm sure you've inspired a lot of people this morning.
Oh yes. And I pray that this grows and the banks also would learn that they can make a lot of money from engaging people who are doing online business, because it's fine. I mean, I'm sad the name of the bank was not mentioned. Because it's good, right? Okay.
And it's convenient for us. Thank you, Guillaume and Emmanuel, and all the best to all three of you.
Thanks so very much. Yeah. So Zenaida is standing by with the news.